About how to get started into vaping. It's really quite simple. I wouldn't be too. It's not super hard to do. It's very easy, in fact. Um, just a couple of things. Make sure that you're the smoking age before you get started. Um, Everywhere around the world, it's every website that I go to, you have to be 18 years or older to start smoking. Here in Utah, it's 19 years older to start smoking. So, um, other than that, let's get started. So, the first thing that I would recommend for you is to actually get um, they're called ego batteries, or they're called ego styled things such as that. They're just ego style atomizers. They're ego style batteries. They're really small. They fit in your pocket well. Everything is good about them. They're super efficient. They do what they need to do. They're not the best, but they're not the worst out there. They're pretty good. They're not awesome, but they're all right. You can pick those up super easy. You can get starter kits practically anywhere. Online retailers and smoke shops, wherever you go, you can probably pick one up for about $40 to $50. All depends on your location and all this other fun shit. The main thing is that you're just getting started into it, so I wouldn't go too deep into just unloading a whole lot of cash on just a high quality mod if you're not going to use it. The ego style batteries, they are the ego style atomizers. They are really the best form of just getting started. They're just awesome. They're really good at just getting everybody on the same page, getting used to the vapor production, all that fun stuff, getting used to the elements such as the heating element in this. I mean, it's all really easily accessed, and most of the time when you get a starter kit from your smoke shop, your online retailer, they will give you a free bottle of e-juice with it. They'll probably have a select few things that you can get, but it will be a free bottle of e-juice. Now, I recommend when you're going with e-juice flavors, recommend something that you like to eat normally. Most of the time, stay away from desserts. Desserts necessarily aren't the best in the world. Same with sodas. Anything that's a soda flavor, it's not all going to be that great. They're not, it all depends on you, because there is this one flavor that I like a lot. It's by R&D Creations. It's called Tricks with a Z. I'll have a link in the description so that you can go check it out. But it is one of the most spot on e-juice flavors that I have ever tasted. It is fantastic. Also, Cutwood vapes. They do great things. One of my favorites of them is Monster Melons. Very good, very good. Another good one is the Space Jam line of e-liquid. I believe Astro. That's a really good one. One of my buddies got one of those. Other than that, just anything that like fruit flavors are phenomenal. My very first e-juice flavor was, I believe, let's see here, what was it? It was peach mango. Very good. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite flavors ever, and I will continually sing its praises. But other than that, it's really all about you. um if you really want to get started, other than the ego batteries, if you want a little bit more, unfortunately it will cost a little bit more to get into, but you can go with the mechanical mod styling of everything. A mechanical mod is a push button mod that pushes your battery up, and it makes a connection with a pin on the top, and that makes a connection with an RDA. Now, an RDA is a rebuildable dripping atomizer. A rebuildable dripping atomizer. That's what you saw in the opening. This right here on the top, this is a rebuildable dripping atomizer. It has all the basic things that an average atomizer, an average tank atomizer would have, but it's more expanded, more airflow, better vapor production. Just to give you a little close-up right there. Yep. That's what it is. You got your coils and your wicks. You know, very simple stuff. Very simple stuff. It's easy to use. The thing with going up with a mechanical mod is that you're going to have to get an RDA. You probably can use a tank, but I wouldn't recommend it. You might burn out that tank. They're not very high voltage friendly. Other than that, when you get if you go the RDA route, what I would recommend is getting a couple different things. Obviously, the RDA itself. When you get your mechanical mod / variable voltage, variable wattage device, that's what this is. This is a Sigelei 100 watt. This is not the 150 watt for those of you who know what vaping is and are already in it. This is not the 150 watt. I haven't upgraded yet because honestly, I don't have the money to. But when you get into these styles of vaping, there's an inherent knowledge that you have to get a couple of different things. The first thing is Kanthal. Kanthal is the heating element. It's actually what vaporizes your juice. Now, what I would recommend is getting A1 Kanthal. A1 Kanthal is the best as far as I've tried. I haven't gone into G Plat because it's just I haven't yet. I haven't tried it. And then you want to get wicking materials, and I have a couple to show you. The number one that I always use and everybody use, even manufacturers use, is Kogendo organic cotton. This stuff right here. This stuff is awesome, mainly because it's cosmetic. I actually noticed this, if you look on the back of the package, you can see right here that there is a woman. And she's applying it to her face. This is merely cosmetic kind of stuff. But vapors found it, and they used it for obvious reasons. And the only reason why is because it's 100% organic cotton. Most of the time, this stuff does come from Japan, China, all that fun stuff. You can get this. This package, I believe, is $5, $6, and this will probably last you a year. You don't use that much of this stuff. If you're using a whole pad on one device, you're either having a lot of coils or you're using it wrong, unfortunately. And then the second most popular wicking device is organic cotton. Organic cotton is very, it's pretty good. You want to make sure that it's organic cotton. Do not get your arts and crafts kind of cotton balls because those are not what you should be using. If you're using those, stop immediately because they are bleached with artificial bleaching agents so that they can look puffy white. You don't want to get that stuff into your throat, into your lungs. It's bad. It's very bad for you. Also, they use pesticides that they spray on the cotton to keep bugs away from it. And that's not very good for your body. Both of those things are very poisonous, and I would not recommend using them. They're very, very bad. Other than that, when you get all your RDA pieces together, you have your mod itself. Obviously, you are going to need batteries. These are 18650 batteries. The numbers in the front indicate the size, kind of like a AA, AAA, or D batteries. The main batteries that I would use are anything, especially with the 18650s, anything that produces a TV. Sony, Panasonic, and Samsung make great batteries. They all are wonderful in each of their one ways. They're really high drain batteries. They'll last you a long time. They'll do all sorts of fun stuff that you need it to do. Other than that, it's just pretty straightforward. You slap your battery into your mechanical device no matter what way, because that's the cool thing with mechanical mods. They're very forgiving. You don't have to put it in a specific way. I can put this in positive side facing down and it'll work, or negative side facing down and it'll still work. It's all about, it's really easy, super simple. Now, for your RDAs, there's a bunch of them out there. I am not joking you. There's about hundreds, maybe even thousands of different RDAs that you can choose from. My recommendation would be go for the top rated ones. My top three would be at number one, the Mutation X. Very good RDA. It's a good cloud chasing RDA if you want to get into those big vapor productions, pushing out giant plumes of vapor, then go with that. My next recommendation would probably be the Doge. Although my Doge is not currently operational at this time, I did like it while I had it. It had a nice big airflow like slot in it. It had a couple of fins to defer the heat, and it was really good on the flavor. It was marvelous on the flavor. And then my last one would actually be this Turbo. This Turbo RDA is another cloud chasing type mod. They're all very good for your cloud chasers. This one is integrated with a special design with it. I'll go into it in another video. And then after that, you need your juice. That's practically it. This juice is unique. As you see, there's no labels on it. There's nothing that you've probably, nothing that you can see or ever saw before. This juice I actually made myself. It's very easy to do. I'm going to go over it next week with you, just to show you how to save some bucks on vaping. That way you're not racking up the money. Even though there is a little bit of money involved with vaping, it's not nearly as much with cigarettes. I mean, I was buying a pack every 3 days. I was going through that shit like nonstop. I would spend $15 a week or more on cigarettes. It's ridiculous. It's just bad. That's why people started vaporizing, because it's much cheaper. It's cheaper, it's healthier for you, and all that good stuff. Other than that, that's all I really have for you at this time. Be sure to check in next week for that e-juice tutorial. It's super simple. I'll show you everything in the description. One more thing before I go. The best online retailers that I'll tell you, I'll link them up on the screen right now, and I'll also put them in the description just in case you forget. I like Epic Vape. Epic Vape is a good website, as well as Mad Vapes. I actually made a mechanical mod for my friend for $80. That includes the battery, the charger, the RDA, the mechanical mod itself, all for $80. That was off of Mad Vapes. Mad Vapes is a good place. GoodEJuice.com. They are also a fantastic place. I got my Sigelei 100 watt there. It was very good price. I think it was about $100. Most of the time they retail, back then anyway, it was about 7-8 months ago. Back then they retailed for about $120 to $140, so I got a good price at that place. And then my last one would be, or my two last ones would be USA Vaping Supplies. Wonderful website. I really got into vaping there. I got my Tesla there. They may have it in stock, they may not. They may have gone out of stock. And then my very, very last one is Vape Royalty. Vape Royalty is a good place, especially for your egos. Your egos, you can buy tons of them there. They also have very flashy mods, or they have very flashy ego batteries. Their bling is ridiculous. My very, very last website that I would recommend to you is Fast Tech. Fast Tech is a wonderful website, especially for vaping. It also doesn't specifically focus on vaping. It focuses on other things like cell phone accessories and other things like that. That is a good place to get all of your stuff from. The unfortunate thing is that it takes about 2 weeks for them to get to you, because they're shipping them from China. But their stuff is great. All their stuff is awesome. So remember that it's not necessarily about how far you go into it. It's just getting off of the cigarettes. Mainly, it's getting off of the cigarettes. So, my name's Jason. I'm the Tired Vapor, and this right here, this is what we strive for.